All right. So let's start on our backs today. That's it's If we're being easy on our knees, if we start on our backs, there's absolutely no pressure on our knees. So we're going to start on our backs in constructive rest pose. And in constructive rest pose, our feet are wide and our knees are dropping together. And the reason we're doing that is because we want our legs to be able to relax. If your knees are pointing towards the ceiling and they're not touching each other, then it's not a lot of work, but your legs are working harder than they are if your knees are dropped together. So let your knees drop together. If you feel the bottoms of your feet here, you're going to feel like you're sort of on your big toe ball a little bit. So you're not on the four corners of your feet anymore, but you're on the big toe side of your foot slightly more. So that's okay for now because we're not putting any pressure on our legs. And we're going to let our shoulders be wide on the floor. We're going to let our gaze be at the ceiling. We don't want our chin pointing to the ceiling. We want our chin level. So if you have to put a little lift under your head, a little blanket, very tiny. This is too much. Okay, you don't want your head lifting up, just so that your chin is level to the floor. So basically we have our mountain alignment. Right? From here to here, we have our mountain alignment. Arms out beside us, palms are turning up. Or if you prefer, if it's better for you to be in touch with your breath with your hands on your belly, put your hands on your belly. Let's loosen our jaw right now because we were thinking and concentrating, so maybe you tightened up your face while we were doing that. And let's close our eyes. For those of us who are comfortable with our eyes closed, we'll close our eyes. If you feel like you need a little bit more grounding, something on your belly. Put your block on your belly, put your hands on your belly, put a blanket on your belly, your eye pillow on your belly, whatever you got. And let's feel our bodies on the floor. Feel your body on the floor. Feel your body on the floor. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your hips on the floor. Feel your back on the floor. Feel your arms on the floor. Feel your hands on the floor and feel your head on the floor. And then all of those places I just mentioned, sink into them and let go. Let go of any tension you're holding. And then invite the breath to deepen. So we'll draw the breath to the belly, fill up the belly. When we're on our back, it's really easy to fill up the belly. So fill up the belly. Feel the belly lift towards the ceiling, the rib cage, the chest, or just stay with the belly breath. Whatever you want to do. Feel the breath flow in and out of your body. And one of the beautiful things about breathing on your back is that when you exhale, you can relax. You just relax your abdominals, relax your belly. Let the breath just float out of your body. You don't have to work. Breathe the breath in. Feel it move through your body. Breathe the breath out. Let it go and relax your body even a little bit more. Feel yourself arriving. So from all the things you've been doing this morning, we're detaching ourselves from all of those things. We're arriving in the moment, in this very moment, the beginning of our practice, where we have time to relax, we have time to be present, we have time to step out of the past or the future and land squarely in the moment. From here, let's create an intention for our practice. take a breath into that intention and then release it on the next breath. And then let's lift up our legs and we'll release our arms and let's just swim through the air around us. And start to move some synovial fluid into our joints, because that's what movement does in the joints. It brings in fluid, brings in lubrication. So we'll gently lubricate before we start to do much of anything else. Let's circle the wrists and ankles. We'll move the fingers and the toes. And it doesn't have to be all in coordination. So everything can be on its own freestyle. Get your arms over your head if you can. Lift them straight up and bend them and get them close to the earth and closer to the sky, and just move through your space. Feel spacious. Listen to all the creaks and the pops and all of the sound of your body. And then let's pull the knees into the chest. We're going to give ourselves, this can be gentle, or you can give yourself a big squeeze. If your knees hurt, then maybe you want your knees a little further out. Let's do a little rock from side to side. Let's keep our hands on our knees and we'll do a little circle around. So the other advice I'll give you about knees is to walk barefoot. And every morning I get up, I walk barefoot around my house in the grass, in the wood chips, on the cement, and let the energy of the earth flow into your legs. Rubber blocks the energy of the earth, and we walk around on rubber soles. So take off your shoes. I know we don't like to get our feet dirty. I know we're afraid of ticks, bugs, bees, and all the other stuff that we've become afraid of. Let's circle the other way. So if you're afraid of all those things, stand in one place. Or stand on stone. Stand on something of the earth. Stand in sand. And every morning I come in, I feel the energy flowing up my legs after I do that. That's only going to help your knees. And the rest of you. Now let's put our feet back down. We'll put our hands down. We're going to do a tap with our feet. It's another way to create energy. It's just tap, tap, tap. And then we're going to put a little space between our feet like we did when we were in constructive rest pose. Move your arms out of the way. Palms up or palms down, and let your knees gently drop side to side. And what we're doing here is just starting that first little stretch down the side of the leg, the IT band. We are not forcing this at all. This is gentle. We'll get a little massage along the strip of the glutes in the back. So awareness, energy, circulation. And then let's drop our knees together again. Take your arms, one elbow in each hand. So upper arms was also requested. Let's stretch the upper arms. We're going to go back and forth. Elbows drop side to side, stretching one arm across and then the other. Let's let our head turn the opposite direction of our arms. And then we'll bring the arms back to center. Let them come right up over your head. We're going to stretch the legs all the way out to straight. Give yourself a big stretch in both directions. Reaching, 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 like you're getting out of bed and you're reaching for the sky. And it feels so good to take that first stretch. You've been all scrunched up on your bed all night. So stretch it out. Point your toes. Reach, reach, reach. Take a big breath and then relax completely. And notice what you feel. Do you feel energy starting to move around your body? Let's bend our knees, roll to one side, push yourself up using your hands. And we're going to come to a seated cross-legged position. If you're comfortable cross-legged, let's do a circle around. You know, you could keep your legs straight if you don't like to have your legs bent. If your knees are hurting, maybe straight legs feels better when you're doing this. Maybe you like to be sitting on your pillow, lifting your hips up a little bit. It's up to you. Let's circle the other direction. And then all the way back up. Let's bring the soles of the feet to the floor again, a little wider than our hips. So it's basically shoulder distance, leaning on your hands. We're going to let the knees drop again, very gently, side to side. And then the next time your knees drop to the right, let's continue into the twist. So we'll let the knees drop, let them be in any comfortable position. So if that means they're stacked, they're stacked. If you want to spread them further apart, spread them further apart. If you want to be on the top of your left foot, be on the top of your left foot. If the side feels better, be on the big toe side. We're going to keep twisting to the right. I'm going to lean back on my hands. So I'm actually resting on the palms of my hands here, not trying to sit straight up. And I'm going to let my chin keep moving, and I'm going to let it move towards my right shoulder. So a little twist here. You should feel a stretch also coming down your quadriceps. We're going to spend some time stretching our quads today. IT band strengthening inner thighs. Big breaths. Shoulders are lowered away from the ears, so we're relaxed. We're not scrunching. We're not adding any tension that we don't need to. And then let's come back through the middle. And we'll let the knees drop to the left, and you're making all those adjustments with your legs and your feet. What feels best for you? What feels best for your legs? Keep rotating to the left. Land on your palms if you can. Relax your shoulders and keep your head turning to the left. Chin drops closer to the shoulder. Back of the neck stays long. Let your jaw soften and relax. And then the next time you breathe in, let's unwind and come all the way back around. All right, we'll straighten the legs out. All of us will straighten our legs out. And let's stay on our hands here, and we're going to do a tap. Bringing energy to the legs, bringing energy to the knees, bringing energy to the feet. This is all an energy practice. We're moving energy through the body. We're moving prana through the body, sneaking its way into every cell and in all those spaces between the cells in our bodies. And then let's sit up nice and tall. So we're in staff pose, Dandasana. So let's move to the neck. If you want to sit on your head, I'm sorry, if you want to sit on your pillow, feel free because we're moving to our head. All right, that's what I meant to say. So if it's hard for you to sit here without starting to feel yourself rounding and bending and getting tired, sit on your pillow. I'm going to take a breath here. And as we exhale, we're exhaling the right ear to the right shoulder. I don't want to forget the neck because I know there's a lot of people that, many of us, suffer with neck tension, especially tension that we don't notice because we're so used to it. Let's turn the head and look at the shoulder. Keep breathing. And then look out again. And then let's lift the head. Take a breath. Through your nose, exhale. Let your left ear drop down. Our shoulders are heavy. We haven't moved them. We're breathing into the neck. Let's turn the head. Take a look at your shoulder. And then we'll inhale our way back out. Exhale here and inhale to center. Make sure your heart is lifted, your sternum is lifted. Drop your chin to your chest. Let's take our hands off the floor, interlace our fingers, and gently place our hands on our head. And then let's lift our head into our hands. And we're going to open up the arms, open up the heart, open up the chest, arch your back into a little back bend. So we've got our elbows open wide. My elbows have disappeared from my peripheral vision. I can't see them anymore. Do the best you can. Let's inhale back to the center, float your arms down. Once again, we're going to lift our shoulders to the ears and back and up and back and up and back. Let's go again. A couple more times, actually. Up and back. Up and back. And then let's take the right arm and give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so you've got your arm back here. I'm going, you're a great gal. You're a great guy. Pat yourself on the back. And then take your left hand and bring it to your elbow. And let's just pull back on the arm. So that takes us into our tricep, that place on our arm that gets wobbly after a while, right? We're always concerned about that, aren't we? We'll stretch that part of the body. And then let's release the things we concern ourselves with, right? Pat yourself on the back. You're a great gal. I'm a great gal. I'm a great guy. We're going to take our right hand to our elbow and draw the elbow back. Your body listens to what you say to it. Say some nice stuff to it. Beautiful triceps. When's the last time you said, I have beautiful triceps? Say it now. I have beautiful triceps. And then let's release with a shake. I'm going to shake our arms, shake our hands. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, since we're avoiding knees, I'm not going to go to hands and knees today, but we have to kind of get there to get to downward facing dog. So get to your knees just long enough to put yourself into down dog. Let's do a little walking in down dog. So that gentle little walk, stretching the heels, stretching the ankles, stretching the bottoms of our feet, stretching the calves, and then dropping your heels towards the floor to give your calves a little bit bigger stretch. Let your head hang down. Press into your whole hand, especially index finger and thumb, so we're not rolling to the outside of the hand. We've got the whole hand on the floor. So strengthening upper arms, strengthening the whole arm, strengthening shoulders. This is a great exercise for your arms. Getting stronger upper body, that's going to help us get off the floor if we ever go down. And then let's walk our feet to our hands. Having a strong upper body is super important if you want to get yourself up off the floor. Let's let our heads hang. We're going to soften up our knees. So knees are soft. We don't feel any pressure in our knees. Feel the four corners of your feet. Line your second toes up to parallel while you got a little peek at them here. Line them up so your heels might be a little bit further away from each other than the toes are, big toes. And then we're going to bend our knees. Unhinge. Let's go in slow motion so we realize that we're keeping our spine neutral as we unhinge all the way up. Chin comes up last, and we find our way into mountain pose. Let's do our half sun salutations. We'll start inhaling with arms, big arms overhead. Exhaling, let's fold it over. Come part way up and breathe in. Breathe out as you fold over again. Inhale, we're coming up. And exhale your hands into your heart. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale, folding over. Part way up. Fold it over. Let's stop right here. Let's just let our head hang. Let's dangle that head. Turn your head a little bit side to side. Feel the space. Feel the space in your vertebra, but feel the space behind your ears. Now let's come part way up again and fold it over. Remember, your knees are still bent here. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale your hands to your heart. Can you feel your palms touching each other? Inhale. Exhale. If you do this with your eyes open, try it with your eyes closed once. See what changes, what you notice that you didn't notice before. Come part way up and fold and in. And if you close your eyes, open your eyes the next time and hands to the heart. Let's try it with eyes open if you're a closed eyes kind of person like I am. What's different? What do you notice? How does it feel? Is it harder to pay attention all the way over? Part way up. Folding over and breathing. Hands to the heart. Let's do one more very silently. Only our breath. Now stand still, close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Soften up your knees. Did you hyperextend your knees right away? Pay attention to your knees. And then let's release. Okay, we're going to take a block, or if you don't have a block, take something. I'm looking around my room here. Something that's hard that you can put between your knees or your thighs that you could squeeze. It doesn't have to be hard. It could be a pillow. Just anything that you can stick in there that gives you some substance to press into. And we're going to press and press and press. And this is for our knees. This is for strengthening our inner thighs. So we're going to strengthen our inner thighs by squeezing. Everything else is mountain pose. And then let's relax the squeeze just for a moment. I got to adjust my block. That hurts. Okay, I'm moving mine up a little bit into my thighs where it's a little softer. Let's squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. I had to remind myself to stop clenching my jaw at that point. So let's stop clenching and just squeeze between our inner thighs. And then we're going to relax. And we're going to do it one more time. We're going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze as hard as you can, like you're trying to break your block apart. You're squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. And then let's release. And we're going to move the block. Now, I know if your knee is bothering you, you might not feel like standing on one leg, but we're going to do a balancing posture because I don't like to leave it out. If your knees are really bothering you, stand against the wall. So you've got the wall for support. We're going to stand on the right foot first. We're going to lift up the left leg. You could also keep your big toe on the floor and take a lot of weight off your right leg if it's really bothering you. We're going to circle the ankle, but we're going to keep the knee and the hip still. I'm smiling because my ankle had a mind of its own there for a second. And then let's circle the other way. Now let's go right to the hip. Let's circle the hip because the hip is easy. All right, well, it's not super easy, but you can isolate it fairly easily, and you can keep your knee and your ankle quiet, and that's not a problem. Let's circle the other way. All right, now let's stop. All right, if you need to take a rest and put your big toe on the floor, feel free to do that. We're going to circle just from the knee joint. This is the hard part. Keep your hip quiet, keep your ankle quiet, circle from your knee. We don't typically think about circling from the knee. Let's circle the other way because your knee is a forward and back joint, right? We can do it a little bit. And then let's put that leg down. Tap, tap, tap your hip flexors. I'm sorry, guys and gals, for doing that to you. Okay, let's shift to the left leg. Let's lift up the foot, circle the ankle. You don't have to lift your foot up very high. Keep breathing. We'll circle the other way. All right, we'll stop and we're going to go to the hip. Doesn't have to be a big deal here. It could be a tiny little circle. Let's circle the other way. Keep breathing. And then we'll stop. Let's try the knee, just to get some awareness there on our knee. No hip, no ankle. Let's go the other way. Woo! And let's put that leg down. Let's do a shake and a shake and a shake and a shake. Line your feet up to hip distance. Let's bring the arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers with index finger pointing. Take a breath. Exhale over to the right side. Ooh, stepping down into both feet. Soften up your knees. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come center. Exhale to the right. Feel the four corners of both feet. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, center. Let's just bend backwards once. Up and up the heart. And inhale here. Float your arms down to halfway. All right, let's turn our palms up. So we'll move to our arms. We're going to make backward circles. So I find that arm circles are really helpful for strengthening arms and shoulders. I won't kill you with this, I promise, because you could do this for a long time and feel very sad about it. Okay, so we're not going to do that, and we're going to turn our palms down, and we're going to go forward. Keep your knees a little bit soft, so we're not going to forget about our knees. We're just going to keep them a little bit soft. And then we're going to turn our palms up again, and we're going to come into our shoulders and out again, into our shoulders, out again, into our shoulders, out again. And then we're going to turn our palms down. Third finger and thumb come together, and we're going to flick, 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 flick our thumbs, like we're flicking a fly off the countertop. Get away, fly. Go find someone else to sit on. Flick, 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 flick. Now we'll stop flicking. Fly's gone. And we're going to turn up and around. So backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. One more time. Backwards, forwards. And then let's just relax and shake. See what I mean? Arms here. Bank robber position. You can see both your hands. There they are, out your peripheral vision. Let's bring them behind us so they disappear. Turn on your back, turn on your arms, soften up your knees. Woo! And then let's relax the shake. Shake, shake, shake. Interlace your fingers behind you. Let's lift our arms up. So we're using our triceps here, upper arms Triceps working hard to make this happen. I'm going to keep my mountain alignment best I can, soft knees. And then let's go forward into the standing yoga mudra. You know you can use a strap between your hands if you want to, if you need to, if your arms aren't going anywhere. Let the arms come up over your head. You're looking back through your legs. I've got my belly on my thighs. My knees are bent. My head is hanging. All kinds of good stuff happening. And then let's release our hands to our low back. Slide them down your legs. Now you're looking at your feet. Find your little toe. Slide back to about midway, a little bit behind midway of your foot. That is your knee reflexology point. Put your thumb there and give it a little rotation. So you're rotating right on that spot. So you're kind of like on that middle instep, but just slightly behind it, not quite to the ankle bone. Right in there. Rotate. If you're a little higher, you end up in your shoulder. So closer to your big toe is your shoulder. Closer to your heel is your knee. If you feel some sensitivity there, you might say, oh yeah, that makes sense. My knees don't feel so great today. Make sure you go both ways. And then let's step back into down dog. So that's a little point to know. We'll step back. We're skipping squat altogether today. A little walk. If you want to, your walk might feel a little different now. And then we're going to come down to our knees only briefly so that we can get off of them. And we're going to come to our backs again. So I'm not doing child's pose intentionally because if your knees hurt, having all your weight on your knees doesn't feel that great. Actually, before we get there, since we're doing arms today too, a little bit, turn your fingers in towards your hips and let's lift up. Now, if you want to keep it gentle, don't lift up very high. If you're working a little harder today, lift your hips up really high. You'll get right into your arms, upper arms, like nobody's business, right? There you are in your upper arms, at your shoulders, you're in your chest, you're in all those places. Don't want to work that hard. Barely lift your hips off the floor. We're going to take another breath or two. And then let's come down and pull our knees to our chest. So this is going to be our child's pose today. Upside down knees to chest, or Apanasana knee to chest pose, and a little rock from side to side. Let's put our feet on the floor. And let's let our knees drop out wide. So we had a little strengthening for inner thighs today. Let's give them a little rest from that. We'll let our knees drop out. Soles of the feet are coming together. Put your arms where they're comfortable. I, in this position, as you know, like to put my arms overhead. It feels like another opportunity to stretch my pectorals in my chest, which I believe is very important for all of us. Take some big breaths. Feel them move all the way down into your belly. We'll draw the knees back together. Let's cross the right leg over the left leg. Pick the left foot up. Pass the right arm through your legs. A lot of times what people will do here is grab onto the top leg, the right leg. Grab the left leg, especially if we're not in a room together and I can't see what you're doing very well. So make sure you're going around your left leg so you can get your shin, you can get under your knee. I know some people like that little extra stretch by straightening out their leg. You could try that. Or you've got your strap out and you're putting that. Your strap just makes your arms longer. Think of it that way. So you could hold on to your strap, put your strap around your knee, Relax your shoulders back to the earth. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Let's put the foot down. Let's cross the leg all the way over. Now what I'm trying to do here, to put us into a twist, trying to stretch the outside of the right thigh, the IT band. If it's too much for you, uncross your legs. Let your arms slide to T. We're going to let the knees drop all the way over to the left side. And the weight of the left leg pressing down on the right ankle should give you a nice stretch along the outside of your leg. Be mindful of your back here. Be mindful of your knee. Your knee might say this is too much. Soften through your shoulders, your neck. If you want to turn your head to the right, turn your head to the right. And then while we're still in this twist, uncross your leg, roll over to your left side, put your head in your hand, take your right foot or ankle in your right hand, and let's stretch the quad. We're already over there on that side, we might as well stay on that side. Remember our quadriceps, tight quads can lead to unhappy knees. Drop your knee down towards the floor. So if it's pointing up, you'll lose the stretch. Just let it be heavy. And let's release the foot. We're going to roll back to our back. Here we are in a good spot to start all over again. So let's cross the left leg over the right thigh, pick up the right foot. Your left hand is sliding through the space. We're reaching around the shin under the leg. Or you can straighten up your leg. You could use your strap. There's options. Shoulders are heavy. Relax the space between your shoulder blades. We're going to release that stretch. Foot comes to the floor. We'll cross the legs all the way over. So left crosses right at the thigh, arms to T. Let's release the knees slowly over to the right side. Maybe your head turns to the left. Maybe it's just looking up. Feel that big stretch. This is what I'm looking for right here. IT band. And low back, right? An added benefit there. So let's breathe into that space. Let's try to relax your right leg. And then let's bring the knees back into the, whoops, sorry, I'm not going to do that. Let's uncross the legs. Sometimes I forget what I've done. And we're going to roll all the way to the right side. I'm going to turn around so you don't see my back there. So we're on our right side, head in hand. Take your left ankle or foot. Give your quads a stretch. My right leg is just giving me support. So I've got it pretty well bent in front of me, making a little tripod here. My knee is dropping. I feel a really beautiful stretch in my quadriceps. That's what we want to feel. Quadriceps in the front of the thigh, 4 of them. Both hips and knees involved with our quadriceps. Let's release. We're going to roll right back to our backs again and straighten out our legs. So you're flat on the floor. Let's bring our arms up overhead, walk your legs to the left. Your hips are flat. With my shoulders flat on the floor, I'm sliding my shoulders and arms to the left, so I'm making a moon shape on the ground. Now, if I want to get into my IT band a little bit, I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left. Do this only if it doesn't feel like you're straining. I might take my right wrist in my left hand and give myself a little extra length over there through the rib cage and arm. And wherever I am, I'm thinking about sending the breath through the whole thing, my whole body, bringing in the prana. We can see the prana outside today because the leaves are moving. You can see the energy of the earth, the universe, flowing through our beautiful friends, the trees today. Feel that in your body. And then let's uncross. Let go of your wrist. Let's walk the other way. So walking to the right, hips stay flat on the floor, but the legs are walking off to the right side. Shoulders are flat on the floor, but they're going to slide over to the right. I'm going to take hold of my left wrist with my left hand. Maybe I'm crossing my left leg over my right. If that feels like a good thing to do, do it. If it feels like a terrible thing to do, don't do it. Try to release the tension from your body. Let this be easy. And then we'll release the wrist, uncross the legs. Walk to the center of your mat. Let's do a big stretch again in both directions. So pointing the toes, reaching out through your fingertips and lengthening your entire body. Take a couple nice big breaths. Bring in the prana, bring in the energy, bring it in, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Take another big breath. And as you exhale, let it go. And feel all of the tension leave your body. And then feel more of the tension leave your body. And more, and more, and more. And then feel the energy flowing through your body. And then allow yourself to either do another yoga pose, if there's one you need, or move into relaxation. And then continue that practice wherever you end up of release. I practice releasing the tension through my shoulders, through my neck, in my jaw, through my face and scalp. I practice releasing tension in my extremities, my arms, my hands, my fingers, my legs, my feet, my toes. I practice releasing energy through the core of my body, through my heart center, both front and back. My whole body letting go. My whole body letting go. My whole body letting go. Let's begin to deepen the breath again and let the fingers and toes move freely. Let your head turn. Start to move your body again. And then we'll bend the knees one at a time and roll to the right side in fetal position. And just take a moment in gratitude for your body, for your knees, for your upper arms, for the places that we don't think about sometimes until they hurt. And offer gratitude to them, to your breath, which brings prana, energy into your life, into your body. And for this practice, which wakes us up to so many things. Then when you're ready, pushing yourself up, we'll come to a seated position. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart as we close our practice together. Here, honor yourself for who you are, just as you are, just as you were intended to be. We honor each other in the same way. We honor all people and all the creatures of the earth. We honor this earth and feel gratitude for the many gifts that we enjoy in abundance every day. We feel our connection to each other, to all people, to all beings, and to all things on earth. And let's share voices in the sound of our practice, in the sound of Om. Taking a deep breath together. Om. May peace, joy, love, compassion, and gratitude fill your heart today and every day to overflowing. Namaste. And I thank you all for being here, and I hope that was helpful for your knees, even if your knees don't hurt. I have the perfect living space. That's nice. I see myself living in a wonderful place. It fulfills all my needs and desires. It's in a beautiful location and at a price I can afford. For all of you looking for new housing options, I guess, or just appreciating the one that you have. So have a wonderful holiday weekend if I don't see you. And enjoy our last little bit of summer. It's certainly beautiful here in Connecticut now, isn't it? It's just perfect. So enjoy it, and I will see you all hopefully soon again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.